Yeah, give me the beef sweats. I had literal beef sweats last Friday. Like I had the meat sweats.
Oh no! What was the occasion?
I took some clients out for a lunch, and we went to a Brazilian steakhouse, and it was literally all you can eat meat.
Yeah,
they were just coming to your table and just being like, "More." But at the beginning, we were all kind of like, we're gonna have the meat sweats. Oh my god, we're gonna be so full. But like by like minute 20, every time they came, you just kind of looked up at them and you were like, yeah, go ahead.
This is
like,
no laughing matter.
Yeah. Would you like it? What do you mean would I like? If you keep coming here, I'm gonna keep taking it. And then we realized that you actually have to flip. There's like they give you almost like a little coaster, and you have to flip that to red for them to fucking stop coming. Otherwise, they just keep coming with more meat.
They're like, I don't know if this guy actually wants more meat, but the damn coaster's saying do it.
I know. It's insane. I've never seen so much beef in my life. The only time I've seen that much beef is between me and Rivers.
Oh, shit! I said over easy!
Now, why did I do that? Because I refused to spoon with you last night?
What it do, everybody? My name is Aaron. For just $1, I'll tickle anyone.
And I'm Gerry, and it's Britney, bitch.
You're listening to SuperPod Saga, bitch. Well, hello. Hey, welcome back. It's SuperPod Saga.
Well, hello there.
Hey there.
Would you look at that?
Yeah, would you look at
that guy? Woo! I love that guy.
Woo! Yeah. Welcome. Yeah, it's SuperPod Saga, the greatest collaboration of all time. For any of you first timers, Gerry and I, we're going to discuss every single video game topic in existence eventually. This week, we're talking about games that blend genres in really sweet ways. Sweet ways. That fucking hurt my throat. In sweet ways.
Way to go.
There we go. I'm getting too old to say things in high-pitched voices.
Oh, come on. Live a little.
I can't. But first, go look at superpodsaga.com. Check out all of our episodes and socials and Patreon and all that. It's only $2 or $4 a month. Come on. And rate and review the show, please. Help your boys out.
I like how desperate. Like it's just $2. Come on, man.
If we sound desperate enough, they might do it. Please, listeners, please.
Throw it in this paper bag real quick.
Put the money in the bag. And you're facing the wrong way, like SpongeBob. Anyway, we've got a brand spanking new guest on the show. We've got Steve, and you're on like 3 shows, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean a bunch of spots depending on what you're looking for. So
nice.
Hello. If you're into video games, I'm on a number of those podcasts. I'm a co-host on Indie Quest, which is a show, kind of like a review show all about indie video games exclusively. We're building a giant list of indie recommendations. Nice. And then I also do Polykill, which is more of like a backlog focused show. I'd say it leans a little bit more retro. And it's me and my co-host just working through our backlogs and then talking through what we finished and what everyone in our community finished. So a couple of great shows.
Yeah.
Nice.
You, real quick, I guess in the same flavor of your shows here, what would you say is your most elusive retro backlog game?
Like what one do I most want to play, or what one do I most
like
want
what's
to
the
purchase?
one that just like you keep being like, oh god, like I really got to get at this game, and then it just always gets away from you? Mine is Okami. I've said it many times on this podcast before. Okami is that game that just keeps getting away from me.
That's basically like every scrolling shooter on the Sega Genesis.
Oh,
I always say
there's so many of them.
I keep wanting to get through them, but I'm just crap at them, and so I'll stream them for a couple hours, maybe see halfway through the game, but I can never go the distance.
Yeah,
throw on some cheats if you need to. There's no shame in throwing on like an Infinite Lives cheat. No shame at all.
I don't know. I want to beat it as God and developers presented it. All the flaws intact.
Your funeral.
All the black guys available.
Cool, Aaron. You booked a psychopath on our show. That's awesome.
No, it's okay. Well, I also watched a couple videos on your YouTube channel, which is pretty cool, where you show off all of your fancy PlayStation trophies. I almost said achievements. I didn't want to offend you. I'm sorry.
Hey man, come on. Sweet Jesus.
Sweet.
Yeah, I'm probably one of the last few people in the world that like still enjoy achievement hunting and trophy hunting. So I also have a YouTube channel.
I know people that there's
Our
there's
boy Nave
dozens.
does. Yeah.
Okay, I'll say like post 2020, post COVID, a lot of people got back into it. It's kind of like I think a little bit of a nostalgic, like back to the early 360 era memories for people.
Yeah.
There was definitely a time when it kind of went by the wayside. I never
Yeah.
cared about them. Like that was never my thing, but
Mm-hmm.
I have gotten platinum trophies in a few games. I think the first really big one that I was like pretty proud of was
Doritos
Bloodborne.
Crash Course.
Nope, it was Bloodborne.
Oh,
I
damn.
remember it was Bloodborne. Yeah,
Bloodborne's a hard one. That's
because you got to do that
impressive stuff.
fucking chalice dungeon.
With
and
the
that's
half
not
health.
good.
Oh my god, I gotta.
That's
do that
not
and
a
make
good
the
part of the
fight.
game.
No,
Mm-mm.
it's not fun. In fact, that in particular, I tried it like when Bloodborne came out. Got to that specific chalice dungeon, and then I quit for like 8 years. And then I finally went back and cleaned it up.
Yeah,
So,
it's god, it's something else.
brutal.
That's kind of why I'm like a little iffy on whatever this Night Rain Elden Ring game that's coming out this week. I totally forgot that was coming out this
Oh,
week.
yeah, in 3 days, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And like I want to be hyped because I was like, oh yeah, new Elden Ring. That's always cool when you get new From Software, but I don't know if I like the appeal of it being like a 3-person co-op thing, roguelike thing, whatever this is.
Yeah.
Is it like an extraction thing, or is it
No,
like-
it's like
No.
so the way that I have had it broken down for me is that you essentially start on the map and it'll be like, okay, you like your objective is to kill this boss and it's somewhere here in this map. So then you're like, okay. So you there's 3 parts. There's morning, afternoon, and then night. And each time the time changes, the map gets smaller. And then eventually you have to just face off against the bosses in like the small. It's different enough, but it's like also kind of like PUBG
yeah?
ish because it's like the
Yeah.
map is getting smaller. But then it's also kind of like Monster Hunter, sorta. I guess I don't know. I want to be excited, but I'm not.
It sounds terrifying.
I got some friends that are pulling me into it. So
Oh,
I
really?
don't usually play my Souls games multiplayer because
Same.
I got a 2-year-old. I can't coordinate with people to save my life. Like they got to just go do their own thing without me. It's fine. Leave me behind. But this one in particular, people are like, all right, we got to get in. We got to squat up. So I'm like, okay, I'll just kind of get swept up in your enthusiasm and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I'd like to know how it is before I actually jump in. Like, I kind of want to get some opinions from some
Yeah.
people.
There'll be no shortage of them on that. I can
Oh,
assure
yeah.
you.
Oh my god, yeah.
I recently went down the rabbit hole of looking at opinions of Clair Obscur's ending. And yeah, I am glad that game is making it so divisive for people. But there is a very big line in the sand of like how people interpret that ending. And I'm not going to spoil anything, obviously, because it's one of the coolest stories I've seen in a while. But some people, they ain't happy about the way that game
They'll
glued
never
up.
be happy.
Interesting. I'll be curious to talk more, maybe off air, because
Have you
maybe some
have you
people aren't
finished it?
absorbing the lesson of the game if they're not
Have you finished
happy
it?
with how the ending played out. Yeah, I have.
Yeah. Yeah, we definitely got to talk off the pod.
I'm about there. I just beat the Tisseur, or however the fuck you say it.
Hey, man, spoils, come on.
Oh, is that a spoil?
Careful.
I'm just saying the name.
You pronounced it wrong, I think. So it's probably not a
I
spoiler.
was trying to be like as French. Like, Tisseur.
I didn't actually I said spoiler alert super fast, but at the same time I was like, I don't know what you said.
Who cares? Spoil it.
Yep.
Yeah, baby.
Um,
Let's so Steve, go ahead and I mean, if you want to, you can. Is there anything else you want to plug about like, the stuff you do, your shows, or
No, I mean,
Anything else?
if you're into trophy hunting, go check out the YouTube channel. It's Blinkoom on YouTube, or if you're into other podcasts, if you have room for other podcasts in your life, like no one alive ever does, you can go to polymedianetwork.com, and that's where the shows are hosted.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well, just to get to know you just a little bit better, we like to ask all of our new guests a fun little question. What's your favorite video game memory?
Interesting. Okay. I say interesting like I didn't know it was coming. That's a fast... Let me just noodle on that for a second.
Is this how they do the interviews on Jimmy Fallon? Like they just wait for Fallon to stop slapping his desk for a second, then they're like, let me answer the question that I for sure was briefed on before this.
Yeah. It's already run through executives to make sure I'm allowed to say this. Interesting. Okay, my favorite, honestly, is probably the first gaming memory that I have, which feels like a cop-out, but I'm going to run with
That's
it.
fine.
It's Christmas of either 92 or 93. I don't actually know which one because I was like 5. And it was probably like 11:30 at night, and my sister, who's like 10 years older than me, so she's like a sophomore in high school, she sneaks down to my room and she wakes me up right after my parents went to sleep. So we snuck upstairs, cracked into all the gifts that were under the tree at basically midnight. Which, in hindsight,
Like you opened your gifts?
like as a dad now, I'd be so bummed if my kid did that. But as a 5-year-old, I was like, "Yo, this is extra gift time. Let's go!"
Don't gotta hand
And
them
so
out
I
or
opened
nothing.
it up.
You just go ham on them.
Yeah. I got Sega Genesis packed in with Sonic 2. My sister helped me like hook it up to the big 30-inch CRT in the living room.
The console
And I played
TV, or was it just like a standalone CRT?
It was a CRT on one of those, like, I feel like a lot of people in the 90s had these. It was on this like wooden swivel sort of TV cabinet.
Oh
so
my
you could,
I had one of
you could
those.
point it towards the TV or towards the dining room table, depending on what your family wanted to do that
Our
day.
family had the whole like monolith like entertainment thing, but it
Dude,
also
yeah.
was like a wood.
Mhm.
It was wooden. Like it was a wooden look. And it
Yes.
had like lots of cabinets for things.
VHS tapes.
My dad had the
or-
exact same thing. His only VHS tapes were What's Eating Gilbert Grape, Titanic, the SpongeBob movie. He had a
So he really liked Leonardo DiCaprio.
yeah.
Really liked DiCaprio.
Oh, there's another one I forgot. But yeah. He also had the whole like
He,
stereo
he
setup
liked
too.
his young DiCaprio.
Young DiCaprio.
That DiCaprio.
Who was this that had this?
appropriate.
My dad.
Your dad? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be a throwback to your
To
uncle.
Uncle
the one that
Ted.
used to, like-
No, it's not Uncle Ted.
I was gonna say I know what kind of VHSs Uncle Ted had.
The-
The kind you fucked to.
Dude, weirdly enough,
Shout out Uncle Ted.
Oh
that's a
my
coincidence too, man. He was just talking about Sega Genesis, which was that was when we brought up Uncle Ted.
Oh,
was on
yeah,
the
that
Sega
was the
Genesis
thing.
episode. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rip Uncle Ted.
Sorry, man.
Yeah, go ahead, keep going.
Continue.
Oh,
Is there more?
so I ended up just playing that through the night, and then at 7:30, 8 in the morning, my parents woke up, and I thought I was like the slickest 5-year-old. I was like, I'm gonna pretend like I just woke up like a half hour ago. I'm gonna trick them, and they're
Who
gonna
opened
think
all
that,
these gifts?
that I just barely beat them to the punch. But
Oh,
I was
tornado.
I was collapsing by like 10 in the morning. So, yeah, it was the first video game system that was proper mine, which was nice.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Mine was the old GameCube. What about you, Jerry?
That was your
Oh.
first console?
Yeah, because I had to
really?
share the others with my fucking siblings. The GameCube was the first one that was actually mine because my dad bought it for me. God damn it! I made sure everybody knew that this is mine.
But what was your first console?
My first was the
First.
first was the NES, but that was my stepdad's. We had to share it with everybody, even my fucking evil stepsisters.
Evil Were
They're
you in a
yeah.
fucking Disney movie?
I might as well have been. Yeah, they were terrible, dude. Speaking of terrible, Jerry, is there any news?
Yeah. Britney Spears lit a cigarette on a plane.
Oh, that's sweet. Oops,
Yeah.
I'm smoking
Yeah,
again.
She got pretty hammed up on a plane and then lit a
Hammed?
cigarette Oh yeah, she got fully fucking hammed on a plane, and then she lit a cigarette. And then I guess after they like asked her about like a response, she was like, she said something about like, I don't know what the big deal about being drunk on a plane is. And yeah, I lit that cigarette up. It was like the same thing as like the Chappelle Show with Charlie Murphy and like the Rick James on the couch.
Yeah, dude.
Like why would I go in there and wreck his couch? And he's like, yeah, I wrecked his couch. Like it's like the same. It's the same mentality. It's like, okay, so what? I was drunk on a plane. Yeah, I lit up a cigarette on a plane. I don't know what the big deal is. Or like it was something to do with like I guess like the Coast Guard don't fly on. I mean, a Coast Guard could fly on a plane, but like the air marshal. Yeah, I think the air marshals had to deal with her, and that's what she was like. I think it was a little excessive for the air marshals, but yeah, I lit that cigarette up.
She's fucking throwing hands over a Marlboro menthol or something.
I thought that was a pretty cool headline.
That is a cool
Can you
headline.
imagine?
I was like, hell yeah, it's Britney, bitch.
That is Britney,
Oh,
bitch.
man.
Imagine being a flight attendant and you're like, you're sitting there and you're like, oh my god, do I really have to go tell Britney Spears to put her cigarette out right now?
on a plane.
Is this worth the nothing wages that this airline pays me?
Make her put it out
Oh
on your
my
forehead. Be like, Britney, please. Grace me, Britney.
I just hope that like she just pulled out like a Zippo and people were like, what are you doing? And she's like, and just lit it and then said, it's Britney, bitch.
Oh, dude, and she does that cool trick where she like, you know, like the little like flint striker, and then she like strikes it on her fucking leg or something, or like on the arm of the chair. Like,
She's flicking it around.
Yeah, dude.
Like fucking Dante with his guns and shit.
Jackpot.
And she's got her phone and she's playing one of her own songs, like on like her phone as loud as it can go, and like her speakers are kind of busted, so it sounds really shitty. And she's like, you know, I am.
Yeah, she seems like she would have like a real busted iPhone.
I bet there's so many cracks on her iPhone.
I don't think I have any news though. That was too good. I think that's it. That's all that's happening in the world.
Yeah, that's pretty important news.
That is very important. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you. There's more cracks in Britney's Apple iPhone than there are, I don't know, in my
She has
ego.
an Android.
Oh
She
shit.
has an Android.
Are you
Actually, no, she has a BlackBerry.
Oh yeah, she's one of the people that still has a BlackBerry.
I respect it.
I don't know what the fuck she has as a phone.
Yeah, who cares? She's smoking.
Smoking.
Oh, all right, now to the topic. We're talking about
Man, the topic.
the topic. Yeah, we're talking about surprisingly sick genre blends, games that do way goddamn more than just be an RPG or be a racing game or be a fighting game, shit like that.
Sometimes they're good though. I don't
Yeah.
mind just having a. You're saying it like be something better, man. Like,
Well, no,
I like
I'm just-
I like an RPG. I like a racing game.
Yeah, like I love me a Burnout, I love me a Tekken, but it's cool to come across a game that goes fucking Britney with it and just mashes 8 million genres together and makes something really, really sweet.
I just remembered one that I was trying to think of earlier. I'm gonna put it in.
All right, well, Steve, as our guest, do you wanna kick us off, or would you prefer one of us to do it?
Oh, I'll kick us off.
Okay.
Yeah. I brought a couple of newer ones and a couple of older ones,
yeah.
but one of my modern darlings that I'm obsessed with right now that does this really well actually is Blueprints.
Oh, so good.
It's such a good game.
Aaron, you
I
haven't
think
played
I'm-
it?
No, because you keep telling me I have to mainline Clair Obscur. I'm still trying to do that.
Yeah, you do.
And Mighty
You
Number
do.
You gotta play,
Nine.
but you got to play both
At the same
2025
time.
goatees. You
Yeah.
know, it's important to hit them both.
Playing at the same time. That's
I'm
what I did.
Make an hour here, make an hour there, make an hour here. Start.
I haven't. I've only played Blueprints with Greg and Beth exclusively. Like I don't play it without them because I'll stream it to Discord while they're watching me, and then they also like will be like, oh, the thing, and like, yeah, it's
Yes.
just it's really cool.
I'm excited.
Really good game for that.
Greg has
because-
a notebook with a bunch of notes in it.
That's what I'm the most excited about, dude. I used to when I worked in the office like many years ago, I had this notebook that where I would write down like competitive Pokemon builds and like all sorts of shit. I haven't done that kind of thing in a really long time, so I'm excited to bust out the old composition notebook for some blueprints eventually. But Steve, you have the floor. Go ahead.
They tell you to bust out a notebook too. There's like
Hell
a
yeah.
piece of paper right away at the start of the game where they're like, you're going to need to go get a notebook. So take a beat, go grab one.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's a puzzle game. Puzzle in the sense of like, more like The Witness, I guess. Like kind of like a modern, brainier sort of puzzle than like Match 3 or like more literal direct puzzles. Mixed with what is basically like a deck building roguelike. You're essentially constructing this mansion into a like 9x5 grid of rooms, and you do that by every time you walk up to a door you draft one of 3 rooms, and so you're having to strike this really interesting balance of like resource management where you're making sure that you're getting enough like currency to buy items, gems to draft better rooms, keys to unlock doors, but also literally enough doors to like make the house large enough to navigate through. And at first, to me, I was actually a little bit like, this doesn't work because I just want to do the puzzle stuff. But I think the genius of it is that because you can never guarantee what room you're going to draft, and you're writing all this stuff down in your notebook, at some point you're going to be like, okay, I want to go like test this theory. And on your way to trying to draft that room and test that theory, you're going to be forced to draft and walk through a dozen other rooms where you're going to get sidetracked and pulled in 3 other directions. And it's like exponential puzzle discovery. At some point you're like so overwhelmed in a good way with the number of cool stuff to go like poke at and discover, then you wouldn't have that if it wasn't randomizing it to a certain degree. So
I found that too. Like every time I'd be like, okay, I know the order that we have to do this thing in now, so we have to get to this. Let's just do a fucking spicy run right to that room, and let's get it done. And then you get like a room you've never seen before, and you're like, wait, what is this? We've never seen this one. Let's just see what this one is. And then you're like, oh, but now we're like in a dark room, and like I think I know what to do, and like it just snowballs.
Yes.
So
the number
much
of times that I've been like, all right, I'm definitely gonna draft this room next to this room, and then halfway through that I'm like, oh damn, I just grabbed a shovel. All right, never scrap this whole plan. I'm heading out and doing the shovel thing, right? And it's so good. And I've finished the game at this point. I've put probably 40 hours into it, and I still like my notebook, my to-do list is still like over a page long. There's so much to find and do. So
this is all sounding. Have you either of you guys played Minute?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's reminding me a lot of that. I had to bust out the
really
notebook.
Cool.
Yeah, I had to bust out the notebook for that one too, and I had the same kind of cool feeling where you're discovering all these little puzzles, and you're like, oh, I need the fucking watering can for this or whatever. And
that's the thing that's the game where you only live a minute, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was really cool. I love that game.
It's awesome. Yeah. But
yeah,
one of these days, once I finish the fucking 5 games I have queued up, I'll get to Blueprints. God damn it.
I think you'll enjoy it when you do get around to it. It's awesome.
I'm sure I will too. I gotta finish Brothership. It's too fucking long.
Just do it. Just mainline it. Mainline that Clair Obscur Blueprints. Throw on Resident Evil 3 Remake just for good measure.
Yeah, I also need to play through Mighty Number 9 for fine time.
You do?
Yeah. But it sucks though. Boys, don't play Mighty Number 9. It sucks. I try to be very optimistic when I go into games that people hate.
As a Mega Man enjoyer, the guy that can find the most optimistic path to any Mega Man, even the bad ones, that's a bad game.
The levels were designed by fucking kindergartners, I feel like. Because that shit is not to get too off track here. Jerry, do you want
off, King?
Okay, I'm gonna do it. Everything is too fucking close. If there's spikes, it's too close to where you're supposed to go. Like if you're supposed to drop down a hole, there's spikes too close to where you're supposed to drop down, so you can't like jump accurately in any direction or like drop down safely. I don't know. It's stupid.
I want to play it real bad. As a public Balan Wonderworld apologist, I feel like Mighty Number 9 has something special in store for me.
Do it. We'll get you on
Balan
fine time.
Wonderland okay.
It is perfectly okay.
Yeah.
Its biggest
Aggressively
crime is just
mid.
being a little corny, all right? And we're allowed to 2025, we can be a little corny on the internet.
I've
all right,
played
people?
Resident
Be a
Evil
little cheesy.
6. I've played the corn. Like
Oh my god.
the corniest of corn. That game is
Yeah,
just
it's
dripping in cheese and corn.
yeah. If you look, I mean, there's literal corn in Balan Wonderworld, but also there's like
Ooh.
musical dance numbers that happen with surprising regularity. But if you look past that and you just take it as like kind of a weird costume-based pseudo 3D platformer, you know, it's like an innocent 6 or 7 out of 10.
So it's like a 3D platform
bad.
with
It's not
like
terrible.
dancing. So it's like just so is Balan Wonderland the best mashup of genres?
I mean, it might be. There's
Damn.
costumes that spread the gamut.
Aaron, can
right?
I get you
should've
on
brought
record
it.
saying that Balan Wonderland is the best genre mashup of all time?
Listen, I don't know about the best, but I mean, it's one of them.
Oh well, I think
One of the genre mashups of all
If you
time.
can't get behind that, I might.
One of them.
If you can't, dude, if you can't get behind that, I might be off the pod.
Okay, fine. It's the
I
best.
might be off the pod.
Episode
I might
over.
be off the pod.
Balan Wonderworld or whatever wins.
Yeah?
Wonderland.
Okay, then I think I'm back on the pod. I think I'm back on.
Do you want to go next, Jerry? Or do you want me to get one of my like 5 out of the way?
No, I'll go because I just randomly thought of this and I was like, oh yeah, this is like the definition of what this whole topic is Tobal number. I guess it's Tobal number 1 or Tobal 1.
I think so.
Something like that. It's a PS1 game, and it's a fighting game, but also it's an RPG.
With dungeon crawling too.
Yeah, it's like a top-down, like you're running very oddly running around. We actually covered it a little bit in one of our retro rehab episodes where we talked about weird but good PS1 games, and it's definitely one of those because it's like you start off and it's like a top-down view, but the way you move in this game is so asinine. Like it doesn't make sense. Like it feels like if a fighter was like Quap or something. Like you're just like
Gross.
dashing around.
Alright.
Like it's so dumb. But then like you get into a battle and you're like, oh, I'm just like in a fighting game now? That's cool. Like it's literally like what?
Don't you also capture monsters like Pokemon and shit too?
Oh yeah. There's that
What
whole
the-
thing too. Yeah. This game
Well,
is
then
like all,
everything.
it's all over the place. It's literally like the definition of a mashup. But I don't. It for sure doesn't beat a Balan Wonderland. There's no way.
No dancing.
I mean, you could dance, I
Yeah.
guess, but you shouldn't.
Just making them spin in place like you're playing Funky Town.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could. I'm gonna bring in another like fighting mashup kind of game. Get this out of the way. Project X Zone 1 or 2. Probably 2. 2 was a little bit better. Did a little bit better. It's a tactics RPG / fighting game, and it's fucking tight.
Who-
It's got
There's fighting in that? I
Yeah.
just thought it was a straight like Disgaea sort of tactics game.
Who made that game?
everybody.
Yeah.
It's got Bandai Namco. It's got Sega. It's got
Capcom, right?
I was gonna say, I feel like I
Let's
remember
find my
seeing
copy.
Mega Man in one of these.
Yeah, there's Mega Man in it too, because you'll have like Dante, Mega Man, fucking the people from like Dot Hack. You have what the fuck is his name? Kiryu from Yakuza.
What?
It's
Let's
yeah.
go.
it's got a bunch of shit, dude. It's sweet. And then
I do like a
So-
tall glass of Kiryu.
but you'll you can pair up characters with different characters for cool abilities, like your like the main, I guess, leader of your squad. You can have up to like I think 2 or 3 people, I believe. And then depending on who you have in the back, you'll have cool passive abilities you can activate in battle. And it's just like a grid based tactics game. You'll move your squad up to an enemy, and then you hit attack, and then bam, it's like a fighting game because you're mashing buttons and juggling enemies and doing combos and shit. And it reminds me a lot of the combat in Valkyrie Profile, where you're just
Oh.
making the number go up as high as possible.
Mm.
And then once it reaches a certain point, you can do like a super duper move. And it's the wildest fucking shit ever. Because like Dante will do the jackpot thing that he does in Devil May Cry, or like fucking you can get Chris Redfield and he has like a rocket launcher, and it's nuts. It's really, really cool, but super nuts, super nutty. It's great.
Super nuts.
Super nuts.
Interesting. I did not know it had that other side to it. I just assumed it was like Final Fantasy Tactics. Like I clicked attack and the little guy slashed his sword and moved on.
Steve, you got anything super nuts in the
Oh, you want one of my super nuts games?
Give me one of your super nuts.
Okay, we'll go maybe the little Guardian Legend.
I was wondering about this. Tell me more.
Never heard of that.
Me either.
Okay, so the NES game, and it's actually, this is like maybe a little bit cheating because it's not so much like a genre mashup as it is just like a really good fusion of the two genres. It plays a good chunk of the game is top down Zelda style, probably is a good comparison, or maybe Blaster Master, the sections where you're out of the vehicle in Blaster Master. But then in between every area, like in between like the different temples you'd go to in a Zelda game or something like that, is a vertical scrolling shoot 'em up level. And it's like actually well done, like competent, fun scrolling shoot 'em up levels with great music and stuff. And then you land back on the ground and it's great exploration, great music on top of that. And it's like dished out at just that right balance where as soon as you're like getting a little tired of one, they hit you with the other one, and it keeps it fresh, and it makes it like a real easy breezy playthrough.
Are there like
Jotting this game
upgrades
down right now.
or like power-ups that you get from different places that allow you to go to new ones?
Yeah, not quite as like literal as like, like a hook shot or something like that, but there's like beam upgrades and stuff that'll let you blast through blocks that you couldn't get through before and
That's
stuff
enough.
like that. So.
That's all I need.
Yeah.
You've sold me.
Yep. Yeah, it's great. It's super fun, and it's pretty easy to track down too. It's not like too crazy expensive or anything if people are physical people. So
Nice.
Awesome.
I'm a physical person.
I am a physical. Yeah,
I don't
God damn it,
collect.
I was going to say that too. I am a physical being.
I'm a 5-star man. 5-star man and a 5-star game. Typing of the Dead. I don't know if either of you have ever played this before, but it is so much goddamn fun. Like, I don't even know. I guess it's a typing teacher and also an arcade zombie shooter. In brackets, I just put whatever the fuck this is.
Oh, it's on Steam. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I think I fell into like the Twilight Zone when I played this game.
Oh,
I was
shit.
at some town a couple hours away. I was with my wife, and she was going to she's like a big hobbyist knitter crafter. So she was going to like a crafting sort of convention, basically.
Nice.
And I just wandered the streets of this town like, what's there for me to do around here? And I wandered into, theoretically it was a game store, but it was more like just a room with a bunch of games piled up all haphazardly. Like there was no logic to it. I didn't know if anyone was even working there. And in the back behind this curtain, like this blue curtained room, I pulled it open, and in the very corner, there's a stand-up arcade cabinet that is just painted 100% black cabinet, like just wood painted black, with a monitor and a Dreamcast keyboard set up with Typing of the Dead. I never talked to another human walking into this building. I just walked into this empty game store, into this back room, stood there, played all the way through Typing of the Dead, and left. Never.
Are you sure this wasn't a dream?
Yeah, this sounds like some fucking fever dream. Meanwhile, Steve's just like in the streets, cutting his forehead open and putting like LSD all over his face, like fucking Jimi Hendrix, and tying off like a headband, and just being like, "Yeah, I'll meet you in a few hours, man." And then you just stumble in a back alley and think that you're playing Typing of the Dead.
I'm shooting zombies, and you're just on your back, like throwing your hands all over the place. Get back, zombie. What's up? Holy shit, that's cool. I want to try to track me down one of these arcade. Well, I guess you could probably just make your own if you have.
Yeah, it's not.
Aaron,
an arcade
you're not going
game.
to
I don't
top
know
his
why
story.
they built this.
You can't top that story. You can't. You can't be like in 2 years. You can't be like, I bought a cabinet for Typing of the Dead. The story is not going to be as good as what Steve just told.
Consider this podcasted.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Are you off the pod?
No, I'm coming back onto the pod because I'm
off the pod.
Shit. But stay on the pod for just a minute, because I've got a slot machine deck builder roguelike. Luck Be a Landlord. It's on phones now. You can play it on your phone, and it's really great. So the I don't know how to start this. There's so much. So basically, the point of each round is to make enough money to pay your rent, and you do so by just doing slots, hitting the slots, those hot sluts that, as they say.
I'm sorry?
Remember Beavis and Butthead Do America? They're like, the old lady's like, I love hitting the sluts, and Beavis is like, hell yeah, I love sluts.
Yeah. Forgot about that. Love that movie.
But yeah, so you hit the slots, and you make money, and then in between rounds of doing slots, the game will give you a choice of different little icons to add to your reels, and there's lots of like really wacky and weird ways for icons to interact with other icons. Like you can get a geologist who can open up geodes, and then when the geodes open up, they'll generate a diamond, and then if you have like an old lady or a couple other icons, they'll take in the diamond and do whatever the fuck. But yeah, there's all sorts of weird, wacky, cool combinations you
accused
could make.
me of the fever dream, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Dude, I gotta be honest with you. I tuned out after sluts.
Luck Be a Landlord is cool, man. It's a slot machine deck builder roguelike. It's cool as fuck. It's like $5 on the Android, or I don't know about Apple though. But it's on phone.
No, you're not allowed to have slot machines on Apple. There's no like slot machine gambling.
Well, you don't gamble though.
No, it doesn't matter. They don't like slot machines on Apple.
I do want to check it out though. I'm pretty sure that the Balatro developer said that Balatro was like heavily inspired by Luck Be a Landlord.
Really?
So Balatro's my boy right there. So
I've never
Hell
played
yeah.
it. I'm scared to. I don't want to.
Ah.
I want to.
You haven't
but I
played
don't.
Balatro yet? Are you fucking serious?
Don't yell at me.
200 hours in
Podcast.
and I got no
Playing
plans on
Balatro.
stopping. It's so good.
I mean,
Just let
it's
yourself
so
succumb to
good.
it.
No.
Just listen to the one song that plays all the time. You'll be lost in it, like dude. It's good. It's like if you were really, really high on peyote, acid, and LSD, and then you were playing video poker, except there's no stakes, you don't lose money. So it's cool.
Well, now that you frame it that way,
Yeah.
The numbers get really big, which is one of the best things that can happen in a video game.
I like.
And
big
they start
numbers.
on fire.
They do, yes. And they make little dinging sounds.
Yeah.
God damn it, guys!
I know.
I don't.
You can get that on your phone too.
Stop. That's enough.
Put it on your phone.
That is enough.
All right, let me pull you back with another one of my games then. I'll get you away from Balatro.
Thank
Since
God.
it's a little scary for you, to one that I know that you are familiar with. That I feel like is a good genre mashup. Another recent one, Clair Obscur, Expedition 33.
I don't know this one.
Goaty
Never heard of it, huh?
2025.
So it's basically a turn-based Souls game, but I think actually the parts that the Soulsy parts of it that are the most intelligent aren't even like the parry system and things like that. It's all the other stuff they did around like the item management and the healing and kind of copying the bonfire system
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The way that you have basically like Megalix or Estus flasks that you can use as you're exploring around, and then whenever you get to one of those flags and post up, you're able to like respawn all the enemies in an area if you want to go do a little bit of extra like grinding or farming up your pictos and stuff like that. It's one of those things where as soon as you play it, it feels like this should have happened a long time ago. Like it's almost obvious in hindsight how well these two things work together. But then, on top of that, the soundtrack is unbelievable. The story is
man.
ridiculously cool. Every character is so well done.
Yep.
It's
This
just
game
like
had
banger.
every right to just be a good game. You know what I mean? Like
a solid 7,
just like a
8
like,
out
you know
of 10
what?
type of
Well done. That's a good game. It has no right to be as fucking good as it is. Like
it's insane.
it doesn't have the right. Like it's wild how this came out, and I was excited for it because it looks stylish in some of the previews that I'd
Mhm.
seen. I'm a huge sucker for turn-based with action. So like anything with like timed hits. One of my favorite games of all time is Super Mario RPG. So every time that I see something that has turn-based but with timed hits, like that South Park game. That's also an incredible game, and I love it because a big part of it is because of the battle system, and the battle system in Clair Obscur is very, very good and addicting. Like it makes you want to fight every fight. You don't want to
run
be like,
into the mobs.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I am learning how to parry this
You're
fuck
fucking
now.
dead. You're fucking dead.
Yeah.
You're fucking dead.
But yeah, I do agree with you. I wasn't expecting at all for it. I made the comment to a lot of my friends as I was playing. I was like, if I didn't know anything at all about this game and I had it just thrown on for me and someone said, this is From Software's new turn-based RPG, I'd be like, yeah, this looks awesome. And I would believe you because you're right. There was a lot of DNA from Souls in this game that I was like, and I personally really hate in the last like 5 to 8 years how often I hear Souls like. But this isn't a Souls like. That's not what this is.
No.
You're like, I know what what you're saying is it's a direct comparison to aspects of a Souls game, like the bonfires and the Estus and stuff like that. So yeah, it's when I seen you put this on here, I was like, oh yeah, that is a good one because it does marry up two things like that very well.
Yeah, and it doesn't hurt that it's just one of the coolest games I've ever played in my entire life.
Yeah, and also that Lune is very easy on the eyes, and also how amazing SKA is.
I mean,
time for swim.
Pretty easy on the eyes too. I mean, there's no wrong answers here.
Who did you say?
Gustav?
Gustav, yeah. I mean, he looks. As soon as I threw the game on, I was like, "Is that Robert Pattinson?" Like instantly,
a lot of people have said that.
Is that him?
Maybe I don't hang out with Robert Pattinson enough, but I'm like, I don't.
Oh, dude,
hang out with
great
him.
guy. Great guy. Loves a hot dog.
Chill. Dude.
Don't smoke enough cigarettes on my private jet with him, man.
He really enjoys a dinosaur nugget.
Definitely. I feel like not only does Clair Obscur blend just so many genres, it blends a lot of like elements from other RPGs really, 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 really well. And like, you've got like the whole Pictos system reminds me a lot of the skill system in Final Fantasy IX.
Yeah.
The story is very like Final Fantasy X and shit. And it's just, but it just feels so brand new.
Yeah, I think one of the things too about the game that really dings my dong is like, and this might be a slight spoiler, maybe skip ahead like 5 seconds. World map. There's a world map. There's a fucking world map. When I got out on that, I was like, oh, they did it. They did the thing.
Yes.
Like you're the like smaller character on like a big map. And I was like, holy shit. That's exactly what I've been wanting. I want this.
I didn't realize how bad I needed it until I stepped out onto it. I was like, oh, it's not a big open world.
Yes,
like
I know.
It's not just a menu where I choose locations.
Breath of fresh air.
It's a little cute little world map.
Yes. And then it becomes even more enjoying to travel around it as the game progresses. And it just truly makes you want to poke around and like look at every single thing.
Yes.
What's the big dude's name?
SKA.
The guy you swim on? SKA.
Yeah. Time for swim.
Love that dude. Him and his fucking rocks.
Dude,
I have a new rock.
When he gives that first hug after some shit goes down, there was a fucking sandstorm blown into my eyes.
Yep.
Actually, there was a sandstorm blown into my eyes a few times in this game.
Yeah.
Shit. I can't wait for you to finish it, Aaron, because the ending really got me. Like it got me. It got me good.
I'm on track, man. I'm if like Act 3 is right after you beat the two like big things like Cyrene and whatever the fuck the other thing is, but I'm getting
pretty
there.
close. I mean, it's pretty much like you do the two things and then you go do another big thing, and then it's like buckle up. I will say, take some advice. If you want a challenge, though, okay, I'm gonna say this as vaguely as possible. If you want a challenge for the final part of the game, do it almost immediately, as soon as you're able to, and then clue up the rest of the stuff. If not, that motherfucker's cheeks are gonna get clapped up so hard, he's not even gonna know what hit him.
Yeah, it was kind of it was like a 2-shot situation. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same. And then people were like, oh, but you used the exploit for Mael. And I was like, no, I didn't.
No.
This dude was just weak as fuck.
I just did all the other stuff first.
But the
I was
spectacle
like 30,
behind everything
30
else.
levels on him.
Like, the only thing that was like the saving grace was just the spectacle behind how insane the finale was.
Yeah.
And then, like, then you just get to the last boss and you're like, you just flick him in the face and he's like, ah! And like, it's done.
He falls over like Betty from Kung Pao. I fell and hurt my stomach. Jerry, what genres are you blending?
Like in an omelet for breakfast?
In a protein shake, also for breakfast.
You know, something that I love even is turn-based, like we're talking about. You don't often see it in a horror game, and the first and maybe only game so I had a Steam Deck for a hot minute, and I liked it. I enjoyed it. I bought it specifically as like, this thing is my emulation box. Like, that is what this is going to be. Like, sure, I can play Steam games on it. Why the fuck would I do that if I have a really nice gaming PC? Like, this is an emulation box. And then eventually it just became not an emulation box. It just became a fucking dust collector. So I sold it. That's not to say I didn't like it. However, the first and probably only game that I beat on the Steam Deck was Resident Evil Gaiden for Game Boy Color.
Hell yeah.
Interesting pick. Is this the one where there's like you get to like time like a shot with like this little meter going back and forth?
Yep. It's like a turn-based action horror game or something.
That's fascinating.
Yeah, it's strange. It's quick. And you know what? It's pretty goddamn fun. Like, it's not even a bad game.
Did you ever play that one on Famicom, the Sweet Home? I think is what it's called.
I have played a little bit of that. Yeah, that's an interesting one too.
Freaky as fuck.
Yeah, that was the basis for Resident Evil. That game.
Mm-hmm.
That was Shinji Mikami. I think that was like one of his first games he ever did or ever worked on. I didn't realize until like the other day that Shinji Mikami made Goof Troop.
My man.
Yeah,
like
for
the show or the game?
No, not the show. Aaron. Yeah, dude.
All you said was,
you know that show White Lotus?
Know.
You know that show White Lotus, dude? It's Shigeru Miyamoto.
Britney Spears made it.
Yeah, dude. Miyamoto's behind White
Miyamoto.
Lotus. Yeah. Bun Miyamoto. Holy shit.
The GameCube.
So, what was I saying? Yeah, Shigeru Miyamoto, Goof Troop. You fucked me up by saying, did he make the show? Yeah, man. Yeah, he made the Goof Troop game on SNES.
Hell yeah. When are we getting that
Needed a
turn-based
breather.
Goof Troop RPG? That'd be cool.
I'd fuck with that.
I would play that so fast,
Yeah.
unironically too. Like,
That Goof
sign
Troop-
me up.
That Goof Troop game on SNES is good too.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fun co-op game.
Oh man,
Well, hold on.
now my brain is a brewing with other horror RPGs because that's such
Well,
a
that's the thing. There's a brand new one out. I haven't played it yet. I think it's called like Don't Look Outside or Look Outside.
Is it turn-based? Turn-based
yeah,
RPG?
I've heard.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
Are we
Look
talking
Outside.
like kind of Shadow Heartsy? Because if so, sign me up.
It's
Shadow Hearts,
no,
Kudelka.
it's more Earthbound like battle system. Like it's
Oh.
first person kind of view, and
Saying all the right things.
I mean, if you just go to the Steam page and flick through
Whoa.
the pictures here, yeah,
Those
there's some
monsters
wild
are
shit.
fucked.
Like, and it's currently overwhelmingly positive on Steam.
Oh my god.
Yeah, right.
Damn.
Some really, really cool pixel art, and it literally looks like a horrific Earthbound.
Oh, this one reminds me a little bit of World of Horror. That like
Oh, yeah, the Junji Ito
what's
one.
his name? Yeah, there we go.
I've played.
Yeah.
I own that game. I've played a little bit of it with Beth.
Sounds awesome too.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty cool. There's like multiple like paths that you can take, and like yeah, it's different. It's kind of at first it's a little hard to look at, but
Like
it's
overwhelming.
It's just like it's all black and white, and it almost looks like it's like the ASCII, like ASCII, like looking like it's just odd looking, but it's got a look, it's got a style. Which this is totally off topic, but have you guys heard of the game Repos?
Repos.
Is that like the modern sort of like multiplayer or proximity chat spooky kind of game?
It's like it's a first person, and it like that's why I'm saying it's a first person game, but it looks like it runs on like a fucking T9 calculator.
I see it now. Yeah, REPOSE.
Yeah, it's another one that yeah, this thing looks crazy. I've been wanting to pick this one up.
Oh dang!
I might pick this. I might.
Good.
I might grab this and look outside like real soon. I've been after Clair Obscur. I've been kind of like, well, I've been playing Doom Dark Ages, and it's been fun. But like, I don't know. I'm like ready for this thing to be over because I kind of lately I've just been wanting to play like some smaller like horror games.
Go play Kodelka. It's like 20 hours, I think.
There's a couple of things that I have on my list that I'm like Crow Country is the next thing I'm playing. 100%.
That's a great game.
Have you played that?
Crow Country? Yeah. Really well done.
Yeah. I've only played like maybe 40 minutes of the game so far, and then I got sidetracked with a bunch of other shit, but I've been like, no, I gotta get back in there because like I really, really liked what I was playing.
Yeah, great map design in that game. And it's the type of game that like knows not to overstay its welcome.
It's only like 5 or 6 hours, right? Like
right as you get it, they're like, all right, we're good. And I'm like, perfect.
Sweet. And that's the thing. That's kind of what I want. Like I don't need every game doesn't. That's another thing about, not to go back to Clair Obscur again, but like that's another thing about Clair Obscur. It's not a fucking 80-hour game. I don't need every RPG to be 80 hours now. Like
preach sister.
The only time that I've actually been like upset when over 100-hour RPG has ended, like a classic RPG, is Dragon Quest XI.
I was just gonna say the only RPG I'll allow to be triple digits is the Dragon Quest game.
And when I finished that, I was like, "Fuck, man! Now what do I do with my life? Like, what the fuck am I gonna play?" Because like you sink 110, 20 hours into that thing, and you're like, I feel complete, but now I feel empty.
Yes.
Like the second you see those credits roll, it's just this void that you can't fill. I got a friend that just
so much.
I know. I got a buddy that so he fucking hates turn-based RPGs. Hates them. Played Clair Obscur on mine and my other friend's recommendation. We were like, dude, you fucking have to play this game. He got super into it. He just beat it a couple days ago, and immediately was like, okay, guys, I want to play another turn-based RPG. And we're like, holy fuck. What do we tell him? We're like, okay, it's got to be Dragon Quest XI because he hates random encounters. So I was like, it has to be Dragon Quest XI. He's 4 hours in now, and he's like, yeah, I'm in. Like, I'm into this. And as soon as he started playing, I was like, fuck, I want to play this again so bad.
Oh,
I missed it so much.
I missed the what is it called? The teeny tiny forge or the mini size forge?
Oh yeah, the forge, and it's like a mini game.
Yeah, and you can make all sorts of cool shit with that. The fun size forge. There we go. That shit was so fucking cool.
Yeah, steaming up your armor.
That game
all
is
the right ways. Yeah,
yeah, man, getting some of that puff.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna reel us back in a little bit.
Yeah, reel it in.
Oh, I can't pick. Fuck it, Pocket Card Jockey, dude. It's solitaire, horse racing, and a JRPG, dude.
You were so close to a perfect segue.
How so?
Reel it back in with Sushi Striker.
Oh man, I mean, I could redo it.
No,
Is it
it's
too late?
The moment is gone.
Okay,
The moment is gone.
damn it. Oh yeah, Pocket Card Jockey. I don't even know where to begin. There's so much to this fucking game. You just
I've
race
heard you
horse.
talk about this before.
Because it's so good. It's so addictive, man. So
I'm pretty sure you brought this to one of the anti-game of the years, and you
Goddamn
argued
right I
like
did.
pretty hard for this one.
I always do, man. If there's 3 games that I'm always like preaching about, it's Pocket Card Jockey, Sushi Striker, and Custom Robo, dude.
I just remember us all yelling, and then someone going, all right, Aaron, what the fuck is Pocket Card Jockey?" And you're like, "Okay,
Let me fucking lay it on you.
buckle up."
Listen up, studs. So you're racing
Oh,
horses,
swing.
right? But you do so by playing games of solitaire. And the better you do in the games of solitaire, the more energy your horse will have, and the more energy your horse has at like the end of the race, like at the home stretch, the better like your chances are of winning the race. So yeah, solitaire, you just do like what king, queen, jack, 10, blah blah blah. I mean, you try to basically just clear out every single card in your deck by matching them all together in solitaire. Then your horses can learn all sorts of cool abilities, like they'll gain more energy if they run behind a horse, or some horses will just naturally have better or naturally more stamina. And there's all sorts of cool items that you can equip to your horses, and it's rad, man. I mean, you can't buy the 3DS version anymore, unfortunately. That was the best one, but you can buy the new one on Switch. I think fucking iPhones. You can buy it on iPhones now. So Jerry, that's 3 games you're gonna buy on your iPhone, right?
No, there's not a chance.
Fuck you, buy them.
The amount of card games that you enjoy, like you must be able to handle a deck, dude. You must be able to handle a deck.
I know my way around a deck.
You must be able to shuffle a fucking deck.
God damn it. So once I have my hands on that deck.
I'm gonna get both hands around that deck.
God damn right.
Show you
dude.
some sleight of hand.
Could you do it like doing the samurai sword, like, but like with the deck?
No,
If you know what I mean. I don't know,
No.
with the dick.
no, that would be awful. I don't want that.
No,
Nobody wants
it'd
that in
be
their
great.
life.
No, it'd be great. What you got for us, Steve?
I appreciate the setup on that.
Speaking of dicks, here's
Speaking
Steve.
Okay. How about a little dungeon crawler rhythm game? Oh my god. I still have the Steam page up for repos, and it started playing haunting music out of nowhere.
Shit.
I was like, what is going on? Jeez.
Nightmare.
Like, it's not that intense, guys. I guess it does say it has necro in it, but it shouldn't be that scary. Crypt of the Necrodancer, dungeon crawler rhythm game, which I like it a lot because I actually think rhythm games are one of the worst things to genre mashup. I usually don't think it works very well because rhythm games require such like precision. They're such a specific thing that if you sort of half-ass it into another game, it ends up just being like a worse version of that game and a not very fun rhythm game.
Yeah, I agree with you hard on that one.
But Crypt of the Necrodancer does it perfectly. I mean, it helps that you're just like mostly keeping the beat, keeping 4/4 time. But like the way that the entire world is sort of like pulsing to the beat and like helping you keep your rhythm, and the way that it like helps you naturally get into sort of that flow state that you would get into with this type of game anyways, I think works perfectly. And I think it also works great in the Zelda version too.
Yeah,
Cadence of
I was
Hyrule.
meant to play that.
Cadence of Hyrule. Yeah, that's great.
But yeah, really, I suck at Crypt of the Necrodancer, but I really like
Me
it.
too.
Dude, I'm a musician, and I understand timing, and I struggle with this game. Like they do. I thought they had, or maybe they updated it or something. Didn't they add something that allows it to be? Or am I thinking? No, I'm thinking of what was that game that Shadow dropped on Xbox? Hi-Fi Rush. They had like some accessibility stuff there where they were like, "Hey, we can like make it so that like you can be off a little bit." Like they still want you to be on time for most of it, but you can still be off by a little bit. And I think if you have a rhythm game like that, especially like with Crypt of the Necrodancer, I feel like you should have something there that may allow some forgiveness, because not everybody has like timing, right? Like I can do it, and even me, like I have like a fucking metronome in my head, and I still can't do a lot of the stuff in the game.
Yeah, I think Cadence had just the ability to turn off the rhythm stuff. They're like, if you just want to play Zelda, you can just go play Zelda.
That's
But,
cool.
Like middle ground between the two is nice, where it's like you can still kind of get in the spirit of the game and try to, keep the beat going. Just it's okay if you're a little bit off here and there would be appreciated.
Yeah.
And maybe it's in there. Honestly, I don't know. I guess I haven't looked recently. It's very possible.
Have either of you dudes ever played Everhood?
No, I've been meaning to play it for a long time. That game looks sick.
I think I did. Isn't that like a side scroller and then you get into like turn-based fights?
No, it's like a rhythm RPG kind of.
What the fuck?
Like,
no, I've never.
It'll be
played
like
this. This is not
like
what
an
I was thinking.
Undertale like world that
crazy.
you walk around, and then like the battles are on this like Guitar Hero like grid, and you can.
Oh my god!
You start off just like I know, dude.
I know that
Everhood has such a fucking cool story too. There's a lot of like mind melting shit in it, and it's really really
this
cool.
looks cool.
Sequel just came out for that, right? Like, isn't there a second one now?
Yeah,
there
there's
is
a second
I'm
one now.
Seeing it. Whoa, this looks cool as fuck too.
It's sweet, dude.
3 fucking games.
I'm starting to think I'm gonna die
I
without
know.
having played all the games I want to.
God. Repos. We got Look Outside, Everhood. Oh God.
It's a good problem to have.
It is a good problem to have. Yeah.
It's a good problem.
Who
Speaking of
just
problems,
Speaking of problems, right here. Why don't we take a quick commercial break? Like, why don't we kick back and say be right back before we get into some of these final picks? What do you think?
that sounds good. We'll be right back.
Yeah, do it.
That's acid.
Hey Jerry, what's your favorite? What's your favorite cereal? What cereal do you like?
I enjoy a Kellogg's cornflake
Single cornflake
with brown sugar
Oh, okay.
and a little bit of Fruit Loops on top for good measure. Then what I'll do is I'll take the Lucky Charms box, I'll empty out all of the pieces like a puzzle, and then I'll tip it a little. But then I'm taking the marshmallows out. I'm throwing those into the centers of the Fruit Loops. So go on, tell me about how much better my life would be with something better than Kellogg's Frosted Flakes with some Fruit Loops, brown sugar, and the marshmallows.
Well, I'm here to tell both of you fellas about cereal made with recycled materials. So, the cardboard and aluminum and the paper you guys are always recycling and tossing out. Well, the company I haven't thought of the name for yet, they're taking those materials and then taking that shit a step further. They're mashing it up with like granola and oats and whey. Whatever, we're going with whey. They're mashing it up together to make a brand new tasty breakfast cereal. You know what? They're taking those fucking they're taking stale marshmallows. They're doing that too. You know what? Not even just recyclables. Like any waste, they're gonna reuse that shit. Carrot tops, they'll take those. Orange peels, they'll take those. Banana peels.
Like the comedian? Is he in the cereal?
Who? Orange peel? What?
Carrot Top?
Oh yeah. No, he's the spokesperson for it.
Oh, okay. Because he gave us the promo code. Not the promo code, the DLC code. We have the DLC. We got the exclusive rights for a DLC that you can grab for these delicious snacks. It's the honey-crusted, sugar-coated Illuminati bombs.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So, what is it called again, Aaron?
Honey-coated, sugar-blasted
Fucking idiot. God
Illuminati
damn.
bombs?
It's honey-coated, sugar bomb-crusted Christ bomb Illuminati bros.
Holy shit. Oh man, move aside Honey Nut Cheerios and fucking Frosted Flakes. Get that shit out of here. We're saving the earth one bowl at a time. You know what?
Prejudice against Frosted Flakes or anything.
No, I'm tired of this goddamn shit. We're tired of sowing the sowing the seeds of the earth. I don't know. We're just using materials people don't need. You know, there's glass in it, but it's good. We
There's
mash
monkeys
it up real fine.
sometimes. No one needs monkeys, really. They're not like, people are like, oh,
just
hey.
the parts people don't use.
Yeah, I mean, like, people are like, oh, you killed a spider, they eat flies. Monkeys don't do anything, really. Like, they don't fucking, what do? They just hang out in trees? Yeah, fuck it, we're putting them in cereal.
Exactly. It's all the stuff people don't use. We're reusing it in our cereal, or not our cereal, but Steve, what do you got to add to this?
I'm just grateful there's finally a cereal that uses milk and the milk carton together,
Ooh.
No longer leaving it behind.
Yep.
You're like pouring the milk into the bowl, and then all of a sudden the carton turns like inside out and plops into the bowl.
Just plops right in. Yep.
And then you find the kid that's on the milk carton in the bowl.
Oh, poor kid.
It's kind of like, those dinosaurs that you used to get as a kid in like a little egg, and then you throw in the water and they like expand.
The dehydrated kid?
Yeah, it's just a dehydrated missing kid.
God damn, that's dark. No one will
They
find
usually
this
are a
child
little
I've
dehydrated.
abducted.
Dude, you remember? This is super side. Do you remember that kid that like wandered out into the woods for like 3 or 4 days, and then they found him and they were like, "Oh, he's alive," but he looked like he's seen some shit, dude.
He probably did.
That's what those kids look like. Those dehydrated cornflake kids
out there drinking their own piss. I bet they're dehydrated. They're dehydrating themselves, drinking their own piss.
Oh God, it's okay. Bear Grylls taught us you could do that.
That's true. You know what? Hey, for a limited time, use our promo code fucking balls, and we'll throw in a jar of powdered jankum.
Fucking balls.
Yeah, dude, powdered jankum. They'll come into a store near you.
And you got to be 18 or older to order this too, by the way.
Yeah, the cereal and the jankum.
Yeah, like you got to go get your mom and be like, "Hey, mom, can you type this in for me? Because I'm not old enough." What's the promo code? Fucking balls.
Mom, how do you spell fucking? What? You're trying to spell fuck?
And then that kid ends up as a dehydrated missing kid in your cornflakes.
Because he drank his own piss. Yeah. Hey, thanks, Piss, for sponsoring this episode. Okay, I think we're back. I'm like 90% sure we're back, right?
Yeah, we're...
Yeah.
Okay. Gerry, what's your last one?
I don't care. It's
okay.
I'm off the pod. I'm off.
Actually,
Actually,
no, I can throw in there.
No, shut up. I'm back on. I'm back.
Okay.
I'm back on. I'm back on the pod.
All right.
Inscryption.
Okay,
Anybody play Inscryption?
Oh yeah.
Goddamn right I have.
Ooh-wee. That's a banger of a game. I feel like that may be a modern indie classic.
Fuck
Yes. Absolutely.
Right?
Easy W on Inscryption. Great pick too for a mashup.
Yeah,
yeah.
It was
like, you got deck builder. You got fucking puzzles in there too.
It's like an escape room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right? And it turns into like Pokemon.
Yeah.
Then it turns into something else, and then it turns into something else. Like, yeah, I mean, I remember hearing about this game, and I loved Pony Island. I found Pony Island and went in blind. Didn't know anything about it. And I loved it. And then when I had started hearing about this Inscryption game, and I was like, yeah, I keep hearing a lot of good stuff about it. Not really interested. Don't really like roguelikes. Don't really like deck builders. Don't really like anything that I'm hearing about what the type of game is. And then I found out that it was by, what's his name? Something Mullins?
John
Daniel
Pony
Mullins.
Island.
Is it Dan Mullins?
Yeah, Daniel Mullins.
Daniel Mullins, yeah. We call him Dan here in Canada.
Yeah, okay. You're a little more casual.
Danada.
Danada, yeah. Yeah, so once I heard that it was by him, and I was like, oh, I think I gotta play this now.
Mm-hmm.
And I threw it on the night that I threw it on, and I called in sick the next day.
Yeah.
Damn right.
I couldn't get away from the fucking computer. Like I couldn't put it down. Like turn after turn. And then I'm pretty sure it was at that first turning point, like when the rug gets pulled out from underneath you, and I was like, "Well, now I'm really not going to work tomorrow."
Chalk another one up to diarrhea. Like 3 days in a row.
That is the easiest one. You can't be like, prove it.
Can't come to work all shitty pantsed.
Come
They
spot
don't
check
want
me
that.
if you don't believe me.
Yeah. Can I get a spot check real quick?
The fucking do you guys remember the show Robin Big from MTV like years back?
Big.
Yeah.
You don't remember Robin Big?
Oh,
Rob
yeah.
Deerdick and
Dear Dick.
yeah, that's his name, Rob Deerdick.
That's his real last name?
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, I don't know. Whatever. So Big was trying to patent this thing called the man pawn, which was for like when you shart or whatever. All the diarrhea talk spawned that into my brain.
This reminds me of the time that Mark Hoppus proposed inventing the wipe saddle, which is just a sawhorse you mount and glide back and forth on, hands-free wiping.
Oh, genius.
God
Shark
almighty.
Tank, here we come.
Inscryption's a good pick, though. And I will say,
Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
I got to get you away from Pooper. You'll go for another 5 minutes.
Yep.
I'm trying to save you from yourself.
Please.
I do really like that Daniel Mullins had the balls to make Pony Island 2 his next game.
Yeah.
Instead of Inscryption
When I seen
2.
that trailer and it was like Daniel Mullins, I was like, oh, what is this going to be? And then I seen Pony Island 2 and I was like, huh?
I'm like,
I mean,
yeah.
I'm all in, but what? What do you
Let's
mean?
go. Get some
Yeah.
eyes on Pony Island with that Inscryption money. Way to go.
Yep.
Hell yeah, dude.
I actually ended up going back and playing his first game before Pony Island as well. Shit, what was the name of that? That was also a really fucked up game. He's basically like
it's on my wish list. I'm forgetting what it is.
he's kind of like the M. Night Shyamalan of like indie game developers, but like he's consistent and he hasn't made the happening yet.
Is it the Hex?
Who
Hex?
who casted Mark Wahlberg as a scientist? Why did they do that? Why would you?
He was available, you know.
Who
That was-
believed
that
in
was
Mark
text, and he's
Wahlberg
like,
as a
"Yeah, I can
scientist?
That was his time. They were like, all right, who's the hottest new actor that could pop? Like maybe
wasn't even
pass.
new.
That was his area. He was on that and like the other guys and Transformers and
Yeah,
other stuff.
that movie was so bad.
Which
God,
one?
The
Other
Happening.
guys?
Oh, The Happening.
Oh yeah, The Happening was fucking stupid. I really love games that do that rug pull type of shit. Like, did you guys
Yeah.
ever play Frog Fractions?
Mm-hmm.
So I started to play Frog Fractions because someone was like, you got to play Frog Fractions. And I was like, okay. And then I started playing it and I was like, okay, what's the big deal with this? This is kind of dumb. And I didn't play it again.
Did you only ever do the fractions? I feel like there's maybe a piece you missed.
Yes. I didn't
You
realize
played the poopy part, dude.
I didn't realize that it did a thing like some of these other games. So
Yeah.
I literally just played like a fucking edutainment game.
Well, you know, it's good to brush up every now and again.
No,
Keep
I'll
your-
go
keep your
play
mind
Mario's
sharp.
Missing
No, you don't need to play that.
or Mario's Time Machine. They're both fantastic edutainment games.
Speaking of edutainment, dude, I'm gonna get Sushi Striker out of the way because there's a lot to Sushi Striker, an action puzzle creature catching RPG. Holy fuck! Another 3DS gem that fucking nobody has played, dude.
I've heard lots about Sushi Striker, and I've always been curious.
It's great, man. Like there's a million layers to the combat, and it basically just all boils down to attacking your opponent until their HP reaches 0. But you attack them by throwing stacks of plates, and like the more plates are in the stack that you throw, the more damage you'll do. And then the color of the plates in the stack that you throw, like there's this hierarchy of colors, kind of like with Borderlands with the guns. There's like white, red, green, blue, shit like that. But then also, if you have a rainbow plate in your stack, it'll do even more damage. Oh, but then wait, if you chain together stacks of plates of the same color, you'll do even more damage. But then, oh wait, there's even more. If it's a sushi jubilee, you'll do even more damage. But wait, if you have a fucking sushi spray, or not a sushi spray, yeah. If you have a sushi spray with a cool ability, you can do even more damage. You can do all sorts of cool, funky things to fuck up your opponent, to just give yourself a shield or heal. Or there's these little creatures called sushi sprites that like, you'll collect more as you go through the story, but the more you fight them over and over, they'll eventually join your party. And there's ones that are just like a fucking tiger that does more damage, or a little cactus guy that'll make it so he like saps your opponent's sushi jubilee energy so that you get into a faster. I don't know. It's a really sick game. And there's a super banging little anime intro to the game too that's will get stuck in your brain. And there's sweet little anime cutscenes all throughout it too, dude. Sushi Striker is I think it's like $10. It's really, really, really cheap.
Where does all the creature catching come into that? You mentioned the sushi sprites. Are they just handed to you, or is there like actual catching mechanics?
You don't actually catch them. You just kind of like collect them. There's some that you can go out of your way to get, but that's from fighting them over and over and over, because you'll basically like all the people that you fight are minions in this like sushi empire. I forget what the fuck exactly happens, but they'll, depending on like what location you're in, they'll use the same sushi sprites in different teams. And yeah, you can mix and match your team of 3 sushi sprites, and there's different like gears and belts and all sorts of shit that you can equip to increase your score or affect the speed of your lanes, and just all sorts of fucking hootenanny and mayhem.
I think society lets you down on this one. I remember this has like always been just ridiculously cheap for physical copies. I remember like at game stores it'd be for like $2, or I think I saw it Five Below at some point. So people did not pick up on what you're putting down, unfortunately.
No, they didn't, man. Like it's also on Switch, but that version you have to play with your fingers, and it's not like as intuitive as the stylus.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have a 3DS, go get a copy of Sushi Striker. It's dirt cheap, and it's really, really fucking good. I promise you it's good.
Okay.
And the soundtrack slaps like a motherfucker too. Look at the song Volcano.
Volcano,
Sushi Striker.
Maybe I will.
And the last one on my list is Borderlands, because it's an FPS RPG, but I guess there's a bunch of other FPS RPGs like System Shock and Deus Ex.
Deus Ex.
Deus Ex.
That's a good ass game.
Deus Ex, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, Aaron,
Yeah.
what do you say we get into the saddest part of the episode?
Let's do it.
Cool.
Random recommended games.
Yes, that is right. That is the sound that we make when we get into the saddest part of the show, where we are getting ready to say goodbye. But of course, we're generous lovers. We always give back. So we have some recommended games for you to play. And this week we have our lovely guest, Steve, to tell us, dude, please tell us, what should we play?
All right, I'm going to pick a random game that came out in 2016. This is like my go-to. Nobody's played it, and it's better than you'd think. It's a game
That's
called
your
The
Sushi
Aquatic.
Striker.
Yeah, it's Sushi Striker. So get this. It's an action puzzle creature catcher. No, it's called The Aquatic Adventure of the Last Human, which is a mouthful of a title. But my pitch is, it's an underwater, you're playing as a submarine. It's an underwater mix of Metroid and Shadow of the Colossus.
Huh.
So it's put out by the same studio that they've made a bunch of games, but their most recent one is called Keep Driving. I think it came out this year. And it's that like road trip roguelike where you're just trying to like drive across the country. But this is the game they made like a decade ago. And so you go out into the world, 2D side on map, you explore around. There's not like a ton of enemies, but there is like gated progression like in a Metroid game. But more Shadow of the Colossus, like it's kind of more just traveling from boss location to boss location and like soaking in the atmosphere as you go. And then the boss fights are you against like these giant, massive sea creatures, or sometimes like sea creatures mixed with technology, like manta ray with a big laser attached to it, or like these two like dueling seahorse kings and stuff like that. And it's just like a really solid, fun kind of almost boss rushy kind of game. Very, very unique. It does a good job pulling influence from other stuff.
Sounds awesome. What did you say the name of this was?
The Aquatic Adventure of the Last Human.
The ocean is fucking terrifying, so no thank you.
Oh, but you're in a submarine, you got like harpoons, and you'll eventually upgrade, you get like a buzzsaw and missiles and stuff, so you're equipped to fight back.
I saw that screenshot with like the angler fish, and it's like just like a dark red. No,
there is a giant anglerfish, yeah.
Maybe I might.
What is this on?
This sounds sweet.
PC, it's on PlayStation 4, and I'm not sure if it's on Xbox.
It's on Switch. I think I just saw.
Oh, really?
I played the PS4 version, ran great, so.
Nice. Cool. That sounds very interesting. Thanks for that recommendation.
Of course.
Aaron, I got one for you. I got one for everyone. So Goemon, right?
As one does, yeah.
A good Goemon game is it's nice to have. Well, there's a new Goemon game that's not Goemon. I don't know if you heard of this or not. BAKERU. I don't know how to pronounce it.
I think I've heard of that.
It's a fucking Goemon game. And you have he's like a drummer dude, and he basically has like nunchucks, like he has like little sticks that you use, and your attacks are all on like your shoulder buttons and stuff, and you do like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like, and you kind of time it with like a rhythm. It's really, really good, and it's got like really fun level design. It's not like an overly long game, but it's definitely like a spiritual successor to Goemon. And I would highly recommend that if anybody out there, like myself, loves a good Goemon game, but Konami doesn't make those anymore, then I would check this out if you're into a 3D puzzle platformer.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
Holy shit. Yeah, it's a Spike Chunsoft good feel game. Dude, holy shit. I'm on board. Anything Spike Chunsoft makes, I'm fucking on board.
Yeah. Yeah, they're good. It's good stuff, man. Check it out.
I'm going to check it out. So for the SuperPod Game Club, the poll just ended. We're playing Mega Man X2 for next month's Game Club game. And to get ready for that, I've been playing Mega Man X, also just to kind of like purge the disgustingness, like the oily disgustingness of Mighty Number 9 out of my system. I've been playing something good.
It's a good way
the first
to do it.
Mega Man X. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Have you beat Mega Man X before, right?
Oh yeah. And
good.
I decided to just like you follow a guide telling you like which like the exact boss order, just to make it like as easy and like stupid as possible. And yeah, I fucking it's the last like 3 bosses. Literally all I've done is just hug the left wall, blast them, and just like kind of depending on the boss, just kind of rinse and repeat. Like Spark Mandrill, you just hop along the wall and blast them, and then you get to fucking chill or no.
You're gonna shoot him with the ice, dude.
Yeah, it's Chill Penguin first, then Spark Mandrill, shoot him with the ice, and then you get to Armored Armadillo, and you hit him with the electricity gun, all while hugging the left wall. Follow that pattern, you will be safe. And yeah, game's just fucking good. It's just, that's how you do a Mega Man game. God damn it. Yeah.
Throw Mega Man X6 in the mix, and let's see how you do. Let's hug those walls, find out what happens.
Do they not have a wall jump on that one anymore?
No, they do. The game is just incredibly difficult.
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah, what's up?
Steve's nodding in approval. Are you aware of the pitfalls of Mega Man X6?
Yeah,
Isn't that bad?
I convinced myself to play through Mega Man X through X8 a couple of summers back.
Oh yeah, you did
and
7 and 8, huh?
Burned to the ground, buddy. I mean, that X7 is something else. That is a video game, capital V, capital G.
Yeah.
What would you say is like the hierarchy or like the tier of Mega Man X games?
Oh God. Oh, that's a question. That's a question.
I think my favorites are X and X4. And then under that, I'd put like X2, X3. Then under that, probably X5, X6.
I think I'm going X3 on top. And then X1, X2, X4. And then X... X6 gets a lot of shit, but I think I like X6 more than X5.
Yeah, that's fair. They're pretty close in my head.
Yeah, I think that's part of the reason why, because X4 seemed like it was different enough from the other ones, because it was like the next step, right? Like it was a PlayStation game. But then X5 and 6 just seemed like the same thing. Like they didn't seem, they just seemed like they're continuations of X4.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't seem like their own games for some reason. Like I don't know what it is. So yeah, they kind of blend together. I have not played X7 entirely. It's something I want to do. Like yourself, I have to. I love Mega Man so much, and I need to complete the series. I'm a bit of a completionist when it comes to that. And I've played the X8 demake, which was really, really, really good because it's based on Mega Man X3's engine.
Oh, so it's done in the Super Nintendo style, not the original NES one.
Yes, and it is
sick.
very, very good. And you can only play as X.
Interesting.
And they've pretty much made the game a Mega Man X on SNES. Like if you were to be like, this is what Mega Man X4 is on the SNES, I'd believe it.
Awesome. I'll have to try that.
It's free.
Never
It's
even heard
on.
of it.
I think it's on itch.io.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, you can just download it. It's like a fan game.
We definitely need to do a Mega Man X video.
I would
or not
actually
video.
I mean, there's a million Mega Man X and Mega Man videos and stuff, or podcasts. I would like to do the best Mega Man fan games because there's a lot of really good ROM hacks and fan games that are as good as the originals.
Hell yeah!
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, everybody, that's it. That is the show. Steve, one more time for the listeners, what shows and YouTubes and such can they find you on?
Yeah, so if you like indie games, check out Indie Quest, and if you're kind of like more general backlog game type discussion, check out Polykill. Both of the shows I'm on and a bunch of other shows are on polymedianetwork.com. Or if you're into trophy hunting and a little bit of like game collecting mixed in with it too, you can come check out the YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/Blinkoom, OOM, like Automana.
I've heard of YouTube. It's pretty.
You've heard of it?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
I've heard of YouTube. Pretty sick, man.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's pretty solid.
I can get behind some YouTube.
Cool. Yeah, I'll put all of your stuff in the show notes and all that stuff and the credits and everything. But yeah, listeners, that's it. We're getting the hell out of here. I need to go to sleep. Oh, I'll probably not now because I've slammed 2 Red Bulls. But yeah. Again,
thanks for coming on, man.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun. Aaron didn't thank you once, the son of a bitch. Just kidding.
He told me up front he wasn't gonna. He's like, don't expect a bunch of false gratitude, man. All right,
you come on the show, but I'm not being fucking nice to you, dude. I'm not gonna say fucking friendly things.
Be reasonable.
Oh man, no, this was fun, and you know what? Thank you for coming on. I mean, yeah, we definitely do need to have you on again sometime.
You thanked a guest.
Yeah, let me know anytime. I'll be happy to come back. I was pumped when you reached out, so I'll be happy to join you anytime.
Awesome.
Hell yeah,
dude.
Well, listeners, go check out superpodsaga.com and be sure to tune in next time in the next episode where Gerry also slams a Red Bull, doesn't sleep for 4 days straight, and then just fucking sleeps in the street. I don't know. I don't prepare these.
Yeah, and on the next episode, Aaron will handle a full deck.
Goddamn right I will. Everybody say bye.
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 Bye.